Have you ever stepped on your dog's tail, raised your voice in frustration, or accidentally made them feel bad? We've all been there. It's tough to see our furry friends upset, but what do we do when we accidentally hurt their feelings? We all know saying sorry is the right thing to do, but does it even work? And most importantly, how can we make sure we don't make it worse? In today's video, we're diving into the right way to apologize to your dog without damaging the bond you share. And trust me, it's easier than you think. Welcome to Pet Pulse, your go-to channel for everything about our furry friends. If you love learning about your pup's emotions, behavior, and health, then hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Let's jump into the video. Do dogs understand apologies? Let's start by diving into one of the biggest questions when it comes to apologizing to your dog. Do they even understand our apologies? Here's the truth. Dogs don't process apologies in the same way we do. Unlike us, they don't have a concept of guilt or remorse. But don't be fooled. This doesn't mean they don't understand how we feel. Dogs are incredibly in tune with our emotions, and they can pick up on a lot more than we realize. They sense the tone of our voice, the way our body language shifts, and even the energy we give off. So, while they might not fully get the meaning of "I'm sorry," they absolutely can sense when we are expressing affection or regret. For example, if you approach your dog with a calm, gentle tone, they'll likely feel reassured and comforted, even if they don't know exactly what you're saying. They'll notice the warmth in your voice, and that's what helps them feel safe. And that's why it's so important to keep your actions consistent with your words. Dogs are really good at reading between the lines, so if you apologize but your body language says something different, they might get confused. That's why tone and body language are the most important parts of an apology to a dog. Now, let's think about the difference between how we apologize and how dogs might interpret it. For us, an apology is verbal. It's the words we say. For dogs, it's not about what you say, but how you say it. They don't need the words to understand that you're offering comfort. They need to feel the safety and warmth in your presence, which will help them relax and start to forgive. So, in a nutshell, dogs don't understand the word sorry, but they understand the energy behind it. When you apologize to your dog, it's less about the word choice and more about showing them you're sorry through your behavior, actions, and the way you communicate. Do you think your dog understands when you apologize? Have you noticed any specific ways they react to your tone or body language? Drop a comment below if you've seen your dog react differently when you apologize. How to apologize to your dog. Saying sorry to your dog is not as tricky as you might think, and there are a few simple steps you can take to ensure your dog feels reassured and loved. Let's break it down. Step 1. Acknowledge what happened. The first step in any effective apology is recognizing what caused the upset. Did you accidentally step on their tail? Or did you raise your voice when you were stressed out? Understanding what went wrong is crucial. This is about being mindful of your dog's feelings. If they're avoiding eye contact or acting a little distant, it's a sign that something might have triggered them. The goal here is to show your dog that you're aware of the discomfort caused and that you're actively trying to make it right. If you're unsure what caused the issue, pay close attention to their body language. Dogs are great communicators. Once you have a sense of the problem, you can proceed with a more informed approach. Step 2. Use a gentle tone. Dogs are highly sensitive to our voices. The tone of your voice is one of the most important aspects of communication with your dog. When you apologize, make sure you're using a calm, soft, and soothing tone. Speaking to your dog in a higher pitch, like you would to a baby, helps signal that you're offering comfort and love. But don't go overboard. If your voice is too high-pitched or excited, it might confuse them, and they might think it's time to play rather than an apology. You want them to feel safe and relaxed, not overstimulated. Stick to a gentle, reassuring tone that says, "I'm here, and I'm sorry for what happened." When you use a gentle tone, your dog will likely respond by calming down. They'll hear your voice, feel the warmth in it, and know that everything's going to be okay. Step 3, give them space. One common mistake we make is rushing to hug or kiss our dogs right after something has happened, thinking that's how we show them we're sorry. But here's the thing. For many dogs, hugs and kisses can be intimidating, especially if they're still processing what happened. Imagine being upset and someone suddenly invading your personal space. It doesn't feel comforting, right? Instead, let your dog come to you when they're ready. Giving them some space allows them to feel in control of the situation. You can sit down at their level or kneel down to show them that you're not a threat. If they come to you for affection, that's a good sign that they're ready to accept your apology. Step 4. Offer gentle physical touch. When your dog is ready, physical touch can be incredibly soothing. Lightly petting them or giving them a gentle scratch behind the ears can help rebuild trust. This kind of contact reaffirms your bond. But remember, if your dog is in physical pain, avoid touching the area where they were hurt. Instead, provide comfort by sitting nearby and letting them feel your presence without applying pressure to any sore spots. Step 5. Use positive reinforcement. Many of us are tempted to offer treats as a way to apologize, but here's the catch. Using treats can confuse the situation. It might lead your dog to expect rewards whenever they're upset, which can reinforce unwanted behaviors in the future. Instead of using treats, focus on positive reinforcement through your actions. Play with them, take them on a walk, or spend quality time doing something they enjoy. It's about showing them that you care through actions, not just by handing them a treat. This helps to reinforce the bond and makes them feel secure. Have you ever used treats to apologize to your dog? Did it work? Let me know in the comments. How to know if your dog has forgiven you. Now that you've apologized, how do you know if your dog has forgiven you? It's important to understand that dogs don't hold grudges like humans. They live in the moment, and once they feel safe again, they're usually quick to forgive. But how can you tell if your dog has moved on from the incident? The first thing to look for is their body language. If your dog has forgiven you, they'll likely show relaxed body language. Their tail will be wagging, their ears will be in a neutral position, not pinned back, and they'll look calm. They may even approach you for affection, wanting to cuddle or play, a clear sign they're ready to move past the incident. But if your dog is still upset, they might avoid you, not make eye contact, or act reserved. Some dogs might even appear tense with their tail tucked or ears back. These signs indicate they may need more time to process what happened. It's essential to respect their space and give them time to adjust, especially if the situation was more traumatic or intense. Another sign your dog has forgiven you is if they're acting like their usual selves. They might come over for some belly rubs, bring you their favorite toy, or sit by your side just like they always do. This is a great sign that they're not holding on to any negative emotions and that they trust you again. Have you noticed your dog acting differently after an apology? Let me know in the comments if you've seen them forgive you in their own way. Why apologizing matters? Let's talk about why apologizing matters in the first place. Dogs are incredibly loyal, and they rely on us for safety, comfort, and care. When we accidentally hurt their feelings, it can cause some stress or anxiety. But the good news is that we have the power to rebuild that trust. Apologizing helps strengthen that bond and creates a sense of security for your dog. They need to know that their humans are reliable, gentle, and caring, especially after a moment of distress. When you apologize, you're showing your dog that you're not a threat. This is crucial because dogs view us as their pack leaders or protectors. If you make a mistake and they sense you're not trying to harm them, it reassures them that they can trust you and everything is okay again. Apologizing also helps set a positive example for communication. Dogs are very intuitive, and by showing them that you're aware of their feelings and can correct your mistakes, you teach them that communication isn't just about commands. It's about emotional connection too. This improves how you and your dog interact in the future. They'll understand that you're emotionally tuned into them, which deepens your bond even more. When we apologize in a thoughtful and sincere way, we give our dogs the emotional security they need to thrive. Dogs who feel emotionally secure are generally happier, healthier, and more relaxed. They're more likely to engage with you, be affectionate, and enjoy the time spent together. On the flip side, unresolved tension can lead to behavior issues, stress, and anxiety. So an apology is crucial for maintaining a peaceful, loving relationship with your dog. Have you ever noticed how much more relaxed and loving your dog gets after an apology? Let me know in the comments if you've felt that shift in their behavior. Common mistakes when apologizing. All right, let's talk about some common mistakes that many dog owners make when apologizing and how you can avoid them. Even though we want to make it right, there are a few things we might do without realizing it that can actually make things worse for our dogs. When we apologize, we often want to give our dogs lots of physical affection, hugging them, kissing them, or showering them with attention. However, for many dogs, this can be overwhelming, especially if they're already feeling anxious or upset. Not all dogs are comfortable with close physical contact, especially after an emotional moment. Forcing this can make them feel trapped or stressed. Instead, approach your dog calmly and let them decide when they're ready to come to you. If they want affection, they'll make the move themselves. Sometimes, in the rush to make up, we forget that our dogs need space to process what happened. Pushing them to interact or showering them with affection before they're ready can make the situation worse. Dogs, like us, need time to decompress, especially if they're feeling anxious. Respect their need for personal space. Let them come to you when they're ready to reconnect. It's all about giving them control over the situation. Another mistake is not recognizing when your dog is still processing the incident. If your dog is showing signs of being upset, like avoiding eye contact or staying distant, it's important to give them time. Don't rush them to forgive or move on. Instead, be patient and understanding. Apologizing means being attuned to their feelings and giving them the space and time they need to feel safe again. Which of these mistakes have you made when apologizing to your dog? Comment below and let's help each other avoid these common slip-ups. If you made it this far, your pup is lucky to have such a caring owner. Now you know how to apologize to your dog the right way and why it matters for your relationship. Remember, dogs are forgiving by nature and they live in the moment. So, don't worry if you've made a mistake. What's most important is how you fix things and keep your bond stronger and happier with your dog. Have you ever had to apologize to your dog? How did they react? Share your experiences with us in the comments below. If you learned something new today, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos about keeping your pup happy, healthy, and loved. Check out this video for more amazing dog facts, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.